Welcome to the Off the Wall show on www.intellectualradio.com. I am JB3, and to my right, yeah, you know what's about to come. The most beautiful lady, magnificent with all of this. What danger? Oh my God.
Danger educated black.
Oh, it was, you know what? I'm going to leave that one alone because it was stuck under her bosom. We couldn't even see it. All it just said was danger. It's like, wow. You can stuck. Oh, then educated black woman is like, okay, that's when they see later when they get to know you.
When I stand up.
Oh.
Shut up.
No, don't know how.
Anywho, thank you guys for tuning in. It's just us today, so this is going to be an interactive show.
Indeed.
So we're going to have a topic, and we're going to get you guys to weigh in and give us your feedback on what you all think.
Indeed.
So we walked in today, and I was just watching a video of a child beating up their parent on public transportation.
I don't even know if that was in Chicago or not, but yeah.
I don't know, but it looked like it was. But she had her mother by the hair. Her mom was crying, and she was continuously hitting her. And no one stopped. No one stopped it. No. They were just watching her mom cry from getting beat up.
This is how she
had to be about 13, 14. Yeah. She wasn't a little girl. She was a bigger.
I mean, she was old enough to know.
Old enough to know she ain't supposed to be hitting her mom.
Indeed.
So
all I know is that had this been, give it 20 years ago, that would have never happened on the bus. Especially with me. I'm sorry. That little girl would have been like on the bus holding some books, some kind of, she would have been crying in the corner. There's no way in the world. So we don't know how to raise a village. I mean, it's crazy now.
My question is, what would you guys have done? Would you had stood back and watched? Me, I can stand back and watch no child beat up their parent like that. And the mom's crying for help and no one did anything. Yeah, they didn't even make an attempt to grab her. They did nothing.
I honestly believe that there was nobody on the bus that had kids. It
was a man that stood up to try to talk to her and tell her that, that's her mom.
Trying to do it the right way. You know what? People trying to text me and call me, and you know what?
And I didn't think that, I thought that with that somebody would have stepped in and stopped her from beating up her mom. That was just outrageous to me. Like, I couldn't do it.
That's crazy. It's stupid to me that nobody tried to help.
But then who do you blame? Do you blame the mom or do you blame the child?
Well, apparently that happens at the crib because there's no way in the world that this doesn't happen at home simply because she don't care that she's doing it in public. The mama probably allows that at home, but she probably don't have like the father at home, and there's some parent or some kind of figure that's not there that's giving the discipline in the house. The mama probably does a whole lot of threatening rather than, executing on the threats.
But I think that had to start from when she was younger. I think maybe the mom was trying to be her friend instead of be her parent.
There's no discipline.
No discipline. No, I couldn't even imagine my kids raising their hand to hit me because I promise you I will deny I ever had a kid because I'm going to kill them.
Yeah, see?
I'd be like, I ain't had no kid. Y'all know nothing about all that. That wasn't me.
That wasn't my kid. That was the devil.
Listen, I'm erasing all pictures.
Listen, I tried that one time. Don't remember too much after that, but I tried it one time. You hear me? And it was one of those, what got in my feelings. I was a little older. I was taller than everybody in the house. I jumped. And like I said, I think
you can't remember the rest.
No, I don't. After the little, how you getting ready to get into a fight, you do that. Yeah, that happened one time. It was like, I think it happened on a Sunday. I don't remember nothing until Thursday.
I never get whoopings. I was a good child.
Yeah, see that, and that's what's wrong with you now. But
what? Ain't nothing wrong with me. I was not a bad. I got bad when I turned 21.
Exactly.
That was all the
stuff you needed to get a whooping for. You
frustration
too old
from
to get.
Being a good girl for all those years. It kind of just.
Exactly.
Yes, when I turned 21, it was on.
See, and that's the thing. Like you was good early, but then when you got old enough,
I'm not bad now.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. Oh God,
I'm not bad.
Y'all don't know it like I do. Y'all.
I'm not bad. I'm good.
Terrible.
Anywho,
this happened. Yeah, because this happened today, or it happened. I guess it started going viral today because it was a video that was going around and everybody was talking about this little girl was beating on her mom on the bus, and nobody really helped. So it was crazy.
And she was calling out her name.
Yeah, she was calling out her name like, "Yeah, who are you? What? Get off the bus!" You know,
making her mama apologize to her. She had her mama.
I couldn't watch it that far.
Yeah, she had her mom tell her she's sorry, and her mom was like crying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." I'm just like, "Oh, okay.
Oh no,
is that what we do?"
She, you know what? She was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep that one to myself. I was gonna say she was raised somewhere else where they don't do that, but I can't say that, you know, she was raised in a white neighborhood, because guess what? I know some white people that get into their kids' derriere, so I can't say that. But at the same time, most black households, they don't do that. I'm sorry. We embarrass our children. We don't get embarrassed by our children. I'm sorry, and I don't have kids, and I'd be damned if I had to get, you know, embarrassed by a child.
I don't even repeat myself to man. If I had to say it 2 times, it's it. It's on.
I don't know where it was. I don't think it was in Chicago, because I don't know.
Yeah, but that was outrageous. And
but the bus did look like it.
It did look like the bus was from Chicago, but at the same time, I'm just like, a bus full of people, and nobody would restrain.
Nobody opened their mouth.
Nobody would restrain this little girl from smacking her mama in the face, and nothing. Like, I don't even know how they watched it. I watched like a minute, and I'm just ready to jump through the phone and snatch a knot in the little girl. It's hard because you see it in public anyway. You see people who kids just run, like we were at Great America on Sunday, and these people, their kids was just out. This little boy kept jumping behind this complete stranger. He was just jumping behind it, and I'm just like, that's great. Like, and the parents just sitting there looking. But then if you say something to them, then they gonna look at you and tell you something wrong with you because you checking their child. And I don't. If you're not gonna raise them, they ain't gonna bring their half-raised selves around me. I'm gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna let your child do whatever they want. You know, when it's in my area, my personal space. And when you're in a place like that, those kids. This little boy, we were in line for a ride, and I promise you, this little baby couldn't be no more than 2. He done walked way from the back of the lane and just cut through everybody by himself. We had to yell, "Whose little baby is this?" Because they were not paying attention that he was even gone.
See, that sounds like some old Harambe stuff.
Yeah, like, they didn't even know he was gone. I mean, he literally was just trying to walk. And then the thing is, if nobody would have caught him, what would have happened if he would have walked out while the ride was going? Yeah, because nobody was paying attention to him. Yeah, you know, it's bad when you have to yell, "Whose little baby is this?
Who child is this? Right. Where your mama?" Because
we trying to grab him because he literally just walking by himself, and they were way in the back,
not paying no attention.
That he done just walked away and wandered up and just walking in between people. And we called him like, "Well, who's?" That somebody that lost and he just walking.
That's crazy. See, we weigh in, y'all. Let us know how many, you know, if anybody in your family or you didn't, how you raise your kids. Would you let them raise your hand to y'all or something?
Well, we know ain't nobody gonna do that, but what would you do if you saw another child doing it to their parent?
That's
would you interfere? Would you just watch?
You saw somebody.
Would you world star it, or would you be that person and gonna help? Because everybody pull out their phones for everything now.
Are you gonna be the hero?
I'm gonna be mad
or the spectator.
If it were me, I'd be mad as hell that everybody pulling out their camera and ain't nobody helping me. Like, really?
And that's what happens now, though. Even with fights.
I know, but they do it everything. No one has. They'll pull out their phones before they pull out their dignity. They'll pull out their phones before they have integrity.
Everybody's doing it for likes.
If I promise you, I go viral, I'm gonna find a person that recorded and made me viral and didn't come and help me.
Hey,
I'm gonna come find
what's
you.
Happening?
I'm just saying, I'm gonna come find you. I promise.
Spider-Man coming out soon. I need to holler.
If you don't come help me, and you see somebody jumping me, pulling me, and y'all pull out your phone instead of, I think what they need to do is make those people just as guilty, because now you're involved in the crime. You're recording it, and it's like, did you set it up? Are you a part of it? Because I'm gonna say you a part of it. That's why you recorded.
If I got beat up and you standing there watching,
and I'm gonna say he probably instigated it. You know, I'm gonna have them come find you.
They thought I was somebody else and they set me up. Nope, I didn't do that.
I promise you, I'm gonna make you involved, because if that's your first instinct is to, because that makes a difference.
Unless it's the police.
But I'm just saying, right? But I'm saying that can make a difference in between saving somebody's life.
It is.
You know, when you see people getting their head bashed on the concrete and y'all going close up to see it, instead of stopping it. That's the craziest thing. Everybody just this whole society, everybody, grown people pull out their phones. At clubs, don't let a woman get in the fight. Oh, ain't nobody gonna stop it. They know she ain't got no underwear on.
Is gonna pull out their drinks, gonna order popcorn and
watch.
And sit down and put out lawn chairs. Look, they gonna play different kind of music. I promise you, it's gonna be different.
Because that's what happened at a high school. The girls were fighting in the hallway, and everyone was recording it. They recorded, and this girl pulled out scissors and was stabbing the girl while they were fighting, but no one saw it. They didn't know that she was stabbing her until she cut her face. Then that's when they realized that the girl had a weapon. So that's when they broke the fight up. But other than that, everybody was just watching. Nobody broke the fight up until they seen the girl bleeding from the head. Now she hit in one spot. Her arm could have hit an artery or anything, and it would have killed her. And because everybody's watching it and nobody was doing it. So this girl actually stabbed her like 9 times with the scissors. Fighting
9 times.
She just kept hitting her because the girl was beating her, but she was hitting her 9
times.
Scissors, so it's
still 9 times.
But when your adrenaline going, but they did not catch it until she cut her face. She was trying to stab her in the eye.
9 times.
Yeah, and no one stopped it.
Only people that grew up in the 80s and the early 90s know what I'm doing, but 9 times.
But and everyone was just watching. Shout out to Ferris Bueller. Yeah, but that's what made that happen. And so I just think this whole thing where people always pulling out their cell phones for everything. There's a time and place for everything. I agree with you. When it's police involved, please pull out your camera.
Yeah, please pull out your camera.
Record, even though it don't make a difference.
Hey, peace up.
It doesn't make a difference.
Philando Castillo and that whole ordeal. That whole video just made me hate the whole entire judiciary system. I promise you. Like everything from the police to the jury to the judge. That just made me just want to move to Canada, move to Barbados or Dominican Republic, anywhere out of the United States.
The thing that I found interesting about that is that people were saying he kept reaching for his gun. Okay, how do you ask him? But the thing was this. His gun happened to be where his wallet was.
Yeah.
And you asked him for his ID. So he just wanted to let you know, because I think it was going to be a catch-22. Either way it go, he was going to get shot. Because if he would have reached in his wallet and they would have saw the gun, he would have shot him.
Right.
I don't think he would have
7 times though, with a baby in the backseat. I'm sorry, if not for murder, at least for reckless endangerment. You got a 3-year-old in the back, 4-year-old in the back seat. Seriously, and the woman on the other side. I'm sorry.
That was live.
That went live. I'm sorry. Yeah. There's no way in the world that this person or this
I don't know
murderer is not behind bars.
I don't know if it's that they're not charging them correctly, because that may have a lot to do with it. Mm-hmm. If you don't charge them the correct way, then if you don't prove what you're charging them, then they will walk away. But there's been no police officer convicted of any murder.
But that was murder. I'm sorry.
A lot of them are murder. And he's not the only one. The lady got off too that shot the man with his hands up on the side of his car.
This is true.
She got off too, and they weren't even by each other. So how could you feel endangered by somebody so many feet away from you? He wasn't right in your face. Mm-mm. You were walking up on him. He wasn't walking up on you. So
even down to the old man that was laying on the floor with his hands up, he was saying, "I'm trying to protect this autistic kid."
And they shot him.
They still shot him. And then the man asked him, "Why did you shoot me?" He said, "I don't know." Those are that was the cop's exact words. "I don't know why I shot you."
Just because he ain't there's no consequences. That's like with a little kid. Same thing with the girl. Tie them together. If there's no consequences for your actions, then guess what you're gonna keep on doing? You're gonna keep on doing.
Exactly.
So every police officer that gets accused of killing somebody, because it's an accusation, you can't say the terminology, but every one of them get off. So guess what? Now all they're doing is showing the other police, I can kill somebody too and get away with it. Yeah. But see, this time it wasn't a white man that did it. He was Hispanic. Mm-hmm. So now
it's not even race based.
It's not even a race card no more. You can't. It's just they just doing it because they can.
It's all police now.
Yeah, it's all police. They just doing it because they can.
Yeah.
And they know there's no. They charged the lady that shot the man with his hands up with first degree. How are you gonna prove that?
Okay, but here's the thing though. They charged her, but did she get indicted?
She didn't, because you couldn't prove it. First degree
convicted,
is
I'm sorry.
Right, but first degree is premeditated.
Right.
You would have to prove that she went with the intention to do it. Like that was her whole thought process.
That's hard as hell to prove.
Because premeditated means you planned. Mm-hmm. She don't even know this man. So how could she have planned?
Which means she'll walk
to kill. So she did walk.
Yeah, see,
she didn't get indicted either. She gonna get her job back.
No.
But they said that Castro's family received the settlement. $3 million.
Oh, so
they got
$3 million, but this guy keeps his freedom.
Yeah, he keeps his freedom and his job.
Fired. He did. They fired him.
They didn't say he got fired.
Mm-hmm. They fired him.
They did rehire him. That's because it was pending investigation.
Oh, okay. that might be true too, because from my understanding, they did fire him. He just
won't be there.
Right.
They'll just make him go someplace else.
Yeah, he'll probably get a desk job.
Yeah, he ain't gonna. He'll have a job.
And see, my thing is, why not? With all these killings that's going on and obstructions, whatever the case may be, why not take the money out of these police officers' pension? If anything,
this is the crazy thing. Chicago says they don't have any money. We're just gonna deal with Chicago violence. They don't have any money, but every time someone is killed on the streets, they get a free funeral.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, AR Leaks give the people, a victim, a free funeral. Just so y'all know, y'all see them GoFundMe's for people that got killed on the street. Yeah, their funeral is free.
Oh, thanks a lot.
But
though I had insurance,
would think, right?
It doesn't matter.
But you would think that you all cry you don't have no money. You all say raising taxes on everything, but you're giving out free funerals, but you're not convicting anybody. Nothing's happening with the crime. It's just getting worse. I mean, it's worse. It's not getting any better. You had a 13-year-old on Sunday.
No, I was reading that prompter.
Oh, the 13-year-old was just outside and he got killed by a stray bullet on 130 Morgan.
When did this happen?
Sunday. Wasn't advertised.
Wow.
But yes, a 13-year-old was shot by a stray bullet. He wasn't the intended target. But
see, I heard somebody got shot on 89th and Morgan last night.
Somebody always getting shot. I mean, it's
always on Morgan.
It's every day. Every day somebody's getting shot. But that just goes back to, if we can't respect ourselves in between ourselves, then how do you expect anyone else to?
This is true.
I mean,
I'm gonna tell you what else I saw today. I saw a guy who was, let's just say he was a Trump supporter, and he was black, but he actually justified the Philando Castillo killing, saying that he had a problem with authority, and he said he was reaching for something and he didn't reach, and he didn't get out the car. He just said he wasn't complying. But all I know is this dude didn't see the entire video.
He couldn't have, because there was no conversation.
None.
We talking about 2 minutes. He didn't comply with anything. He got shot right after he said that he had the gun.
Yeah. And
he was like, "Don't reach for it. Don't reach for it." But the other officer was just still standing there. He didn't even do anything.
And he had a better view.
Because it was on his side.
Yes.
And then you didn't shoot him once.
You shot him 7 times.
You made sure he was dead.
Exactly.
You shot to kill. You didn't shoot to injure.
No. And that's another problem too.
You could have shot him in the leg that close. You had to shoot. You could have shot him in his leg.
He just shot into the car. Again,
what if you would have shot his baby?
Baby is in the backseat.
But what if one of the bullets would have hit that baby?
Then what?
He would have got away with that one too. There's no consequences to it. At the end of the day, that's matter
still manslaughter. I'm sorry.
Right, but no matter how we argue or how we feel, at the end of the day, this was a jury of your peers. And they still let the police officers off. I don't even understand how those jurors can sleep at night knowing you saw cold-blooded murder and you let them off.
Yeah. And then on top of
are they paying y'all? I mean,
you read my mind with that.
How is it that every jury, and no matter what state, are y'all picking who's gonna get, like, okay, look, we sent our friends there. Or are you just going against it because you're scared that there's going to be retaliation if you convict this police officer?
Of course it will.
Because to me, if you take my child's life, there's no amount of money you can give me that's going to suffice for that. I want you in jail. I don't want your money. I want you in jail for the rest of your life, because money is not going to bring back my child.
Not at all.
It's not going to resolve any issues. My son is still gone and you're walking free.
Yeah, I won't. See, I don't have any children, but I got definitely stepkids and all that kind of stuff. People that call me Uncle John or whatever. But I promise you, if anything happened to one of them, the person that did it, I'm gonna tell you just like this. I'm gonna want your butthole sold up, and I'm just gonna sit there and feed you steak for 3 days. I'm sorry, 3 days.
I guess something's more evil because I'm that type where if
that ain't evil,
you don't. I know what I'm just saying. I'm the type that where if you don't raise your kids and your kid kill my kid, oh, I'm gonna find a way to get your kid because we gonna cry together. We both burying our kids. I'm not gonna be no, because that's my child. You understand that was in your complete control because you didn't raise your child right. You're not in your child. So my child suffering. My child is gone because you didn't do your job as a parent. So when you start locking the parents up for what their kids do, parents will start taking more responsibility for what their kids are doing.
Depends on how the kid is.
If your kid get killed at 1 o'clock in the morning, your kid's supposed to be in the house. Yeah. There's a curfew.
Especially if they're like 13, right. 14.
So why are you on TV crying about when they should have been in the house with you? Why your child outside at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Because they had to work. No, it's a scenario, but at the same time, there's no way in the world that I would still have my kid out that late.
Let me ask you, how many of us grew up like that as well? We ain't run away from home. We ain't jump out the house and go out because our parents worked overnight. Our parents had us so scared that we didn't go anywhere. You stayed in the house. When your parents was at work, you stayed at home. You didn't go nowhere. It didn't even crossed your mind to leave the house. Did you leave?
Yeah. That.
How old were you?
It might have been like 15.
You went 11 and 12.
That didn't cross my mind at all. Okay. No, there's no way in the world I'm gonna sit up there and try to lie to you about.
So what if your child went out and tried to rob somebody and got shot? That was his fate. That was a choice he made. What you want me to do? Your kids, if at a certain age, your kids know right from wrong.
That's after 11. It's in the Bible.
After 11. I'm sorry. They know,
after
they
11
know
to 12,
right from wrong. Yeah, so if my child murders someone else's kid, I'm not going to be there telling them I feel sorry for my child and free my child and this. I'm not doing that. Sit your ass in jail.
Yeah, my mother said this all the time. Like, look, whether you turn 11, no, what she says 12. I'm sorry. Whether you turn 12, I'm not going to be responsible for your sins. That's all on you.
You'll be sitting in jail.
Every bit of it. Every moment.
I ain't even going to hide you. If I find out you did, I'm going to take you to the police station and make you turn yourself in.
What's that?
I'm not hiding you.
Oh, my dad, my mom, they used to do that all the time. Don't call me. Do not call me.
I'm not coming to get you.
Don't call grandma. Don't call nobody. None of your aunties. They not coming to get you. You better call one of your mangy friends that you was out there.
Whoever you was running with, they need to come get you out of jail. Because I'm gonna leave you there.
And that scared me out the penitentiary. I'm sorry. I'm not going. I've never been locked up. Never been in handcuffs. I've never been in that situation ever in my life. Because of that reason right there. Like, oh, I can't call nobody. I can't call none of y'all if I get in trouble.
Right.
Oh, no.
That's when you find out who your friends are.
And which also meant, like, I've never gangbanged a day in my life. Never. I've never been.
You don't want them problems.
Oh, no, I don't. I hated that whole idea of gangbanging and that kind of brotherhood. No, I'm good. Because if you got to beat me up for me to say I love you, I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, no. And then we got to shake up and be in the secret society.
I mean, have you ever seen like the videos of the parents that they see their child in jail when they get them the sentence? They start hollering, "Oh my God, why are you out? He deserve it. Mm-mm. He needs to be there because he did it."
Right.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be there for the sentencing.
But at the same time, though, I mean, that's still their child. They don't want to see or hear anything about them. That they don't want nothing bad to happen to your child. No matter what you did, they still don't want to see nothing bad happen to their child. Because jail, from what I hear, is a terrible place. Okay, because there's no way in the world that I'm gonna go and
but you choose your fate. I didn't go out and do anything. I understand what you said, even as my child.
You still gonna have some kind of remorse, though.
Who?
For your child.
Now I have remorse for the person that they committed the crime against.
And I get that, but at the same time, how many times have you ever seen The Wire? Have you ever seen The Orange is the New Black? Any prison movie where the bad stuff happens to them with crushed glass and get it? Hey, you gonna eat your cornbread? I'm sorry. It's too much stuff that happens in prison, and that's just the mild, funny stuff.
Right, but I'm just saying.
I'm not going.
I understand what I'm saying. If it happened, it was my child. Like I couldn't even fathom the thought that something happened to one of my kids. They did something to somebody else's. Like, what in you happened in your life so terrible that you felt like you needed to take another person's life?
Poverty. That's all part of the whole scheme. If listen, I was having this conversation the other day. The whole crab in the barrel syndrome, yeah, that's what it is. Blacks killing blacks, whites killing whites, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans.
Everybody kills. I mean, no race is exempt from killing their own.
This is true.
But it's just that the spotlight right now is on black people.
It's on black people. Here's the thing, though. And it's all, again, I still blame the society of poverty. Now, here's the problem. People always talk about the crab in the barrel syndrome or the scenario. Here's the thing. We're not supposed to be in that barrel in the first place. How about that? The system put us in that barrel. If we weren't in that barrel, yeah, we still be out in the sea doing whatever we had to do.
You said out in the sea.
I mean, I'm saying crabs, you know what I mean? But yeah, we're not supposed to be in that barrel. The system put us in this barrel and now we're acting accordingly. Okay? We wasn't in this barrel, then
we're doing what it was designed for us to
do. Exactly. Kill each other. And that's every ghetto, every, red line scenario. That's everything that has been designed for us to do that.
But who's responsible though? So even if it's that, you don't have to do it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I understand that. See, here's the thing though. If we weren't trained to do or to get out, we don't know any other way but survival of yourself, self-preservation, then yeah, look, I'm sorry if it's about I love you to death, but if it's between me and you, I'm shooting you in the face. See, I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, your phone did.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I need a new battery anyway. But yeah, it wasn't nobody watching, no way. Don't nobody love me. But no, for real, like if anybody has an idea and it doesn't hold the system accountable, you don't know what's going on. You choose to be asleep, because for the simple fact that I understand that we are supposed to have our own self-accountability, and I get that. But if we don't have the education to get out, it's going to be a recurring role. We're going to be in this barrel forever. We're going to constantly grab on each other, pull each other down to try to get out the top of this barrel and try to get out the system. But I mean, if there was no barrel, if Columbus and them didn't bring us over here.
But do you feel like everyone's in the barrel, or you just think some people choose to stay in the barrel?
That's the thing, though. They don't know that there is a barrel. That's the problem. We don't know. Some people realize that, okay, like we're in this barrel, but here's the problem. They're at the bottom. The people that know that there's a barrel are at the bottom. And if they learn how to like teach each other like ants, ants, they know how to build a bridge to get across, or build their own float and get across water, or whatever the case may be, and work together. But they're not in the barrel. They're in their own community that they've built, okay, to get throughout life or whatever. If you're stuck in an enclosed place, things tend to happen the wrong way. Things tend to go awry. Like I said, it's just all about survival.
But
and if there's no way to get out,
my thing is this: everyone is not receptive to change. Some people know what they're doing.
Most folks
I'm just saying, most people know what they're doing is wrong, but they're comfortable with it and they're okay with it. And when you try to explain it to them, they don't want to hear it.
Here's the problem with that. That's all that they know. And like you said, they're scared to learn. They're scared to change. They're scared to move. They've been in this position all their life. Do you know how we learned English?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm saying like why English, this dialect in America is English right now.
No.
Okay. Back when, I guess, when we were separated from England or whatever the case may be, George Washington was the deciding vote. We were going to learn, I think it was Dutch. Okay. It was going to be either Dutch or English. George Washington straight said, I'm too old to learn Dutch. And he was the deciding vote of that. So this is why we know English right now, because he didn't want to sit back up and go, okay, I'm gonna learn how to do this, but he was too old to learn English, and this is what he knew. So he was like, man, okay, this is what we're gonna learn. Forget it. I'm deciding to vote. Y'all can take the Dutch and shove it. For real. But that's what it was.
But what I'm trying to say is that at what point is there accountability?
I'm saying that because, right, but
what I'm saying is that some people do things because that's what they want to do, but when they do it, they blame everyone else. You can't blame everyone else for your decisions.
No. And that's the thing, though, that it's not a blame game. It's all about, okay, I'm gonna work on me while you leave me alone and help me get out this barrel. Okay, it's not a blame game. You can't say, okay, it's all on you, or me pointing the finger at you. You can't say that.
But that's what they do,
and that's the problem.
No one points at self.
No,
everything that happens is always you have these people that every time something happens, it's somebody else's fault. It's never their fault. They don't do anything wrong. They don't know why this keep happening to them. There's no accountability. It's always someone else.
And I know that. And here's another problem. Like I said, if I'm self-aware that I'm like, okay, I'm in this position partially because of me, I get that. But look, if I come to you and I see that if I'm trying to climb up this ladder, but you keep putting oil on the thing and I keep slipping, I'm trying to tell you to stop putting this stuff on me. You know what I mean? You keep, I guess, cutting the wheels out or whatever the case may be to keep me from climbing up this thing. You know what I'm saying? Stop. And that's our thing.
So are you going to not keep trying because somebody keeps doing it? Or are you going to try to figure out a way around it?
And that's the whole thing. We try to tell you, hey, leave us alone.
Because you want it to be easy.
No, who says it's going to be easy?
But I'm just saying, because if you're saying that is being easy to tell somebody, if you know that they're doing it and you just say, stop doing this. Let them do what they're doing and you find a way around it.
That's the only way up, though.
No, it's not. I promise you. Hold on to the side. You said they're putting it on the thing.
What I'm saying is, okay. What I'm saying is, if I'm steady trying to get up and you keep kicking me, I can get up if you stop kicking me.
I'm gonna grab your leg and pull you all the way.
See, and there's the crab. There's the crab in the barrel.
You say you're trying to go up, and it's somebody up that keeps kicking you.
Right.
Okay. How many times you gonna keep on getting kicked before you find a way around it? Guess what? I'm gonna throw you back in that bottom of the barrel. You start over and get up there.
I'm tell you just like this. They not stupid either. If you figured out another way to go around and get up, okay, they gonna come around and go where you are and kick you again. I'm just saying they already have the upper hand. You trying to climb over this thing and they see you walking down here like, oh, where they going? They gonna follow you, and then you try to climb up on the other side to push the ladder back. That's what I'm saying. It's going to happen regardless. If they're at a different angle and a higher angle, they're gonna continuously knock you the hell down. If I have the upper hand already, it's just like hell, like a big brother, big sister, or little sister, whatever. And little sister is trying to, beat you up, and all you gotta do is put your hand out, and they keep swinging or whatever the case may be, and they pull your hand. They gonna find a way to beat you up every time. But we're smart enough. I mean, if we band together, we're smart enough to say, hey, we can clip out the bottom of this barrel, and we can all break it, and then slide throughout the
Everybody
bottom.
Just jump.
That's it.
Break the bottom.
Yeah.
But what my point was is that I was trying to say that sometimes you're a prisoner in your own mind.
This is true.
What I'm saying.
Accountability.
Right. But at the same time, you have people who are not ready to take that real look at themselves and have that conversation with themselves and realize that it's something about them. It's not society. It's you.
And that's all they've been subject and brainwashed to know. They don't know how to get out.
Right.
That's basically Christianity, but that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story.
It's not a fact that you don't know how to get out. It's you don't take the necessary steps. Sometimes in order to learn how to get out, you got to talk to the person that's already out.
And the question is, and that's another problem, where the people that's out?
What do you mean? Somebody got out.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody, but where they at?
If they did it, why you can't get out? Who's pushing you down then? If the people who out ain't there,
they probably were the ones that clipped and pulled everybody else down and finally jumped out the top.
They just climbed over everybody.
Yeah, they made their way over the top of everybody, and they made it out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we can use the whole Amistad thing. Give us free. But they made it out. But that's what I'm saying. They like, okay, a lot of people that's, I guess, in the industry that, people like Russell Simmons and Diddy and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna say that they stepped on other people's heads to get to where they are. But I'm pretty sure that they,
cross some people.
Yeah, they had to. I mean, look, how does the saying go? In order to make scrambled eggs, you got to crack a few eggs. I mean, that's what happened. That road wasn't, I guess that road wasn't easy, and I understand that. You have to work to where you have to go, but at the same time, do you have to pull other people down in the process?
I don't think you do. I mean, if everybody don't have the same goals as you, and that's everyone's not trying to go where you're trying to go.
You trying to get eaten? Huh? I'm saying you still in this barrel. You trying to get eaten? No.
I'm just saying.
My goal is to get out. I'm sorry,
but I'm just saying. Some people ain't to get out though. You can't say everybody wants to get out. Some people may be content and build them a whole house down there, and they're okay. In this barrel. Right? They're okay with being until they get. Hey,
come on, it's your turn. Come on out, get out of it. It's time to get boiled.
No, because what they want someone to do instead of them trying to figure out how to get out, they want somebody to throw them a rope, pull them out. They don't want to think. They want someone to just do it for them.
And there
are people, so they'll sit there until these people who think things just gonna fall on their lap. They don't have to do no work, and it's just gonna fall out. You have people in the barrel who just sitting down there waiting for everybody else to get out, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, come on, baby, little baby, why you still? Come on,
working
baby,
together to get out."
Right? Yeah. They don't want. They just want to watch everybody else do the work and then reap the benefits of it.
This is true.
So some people want to stay in the barrel.
No, they don't. No,
until
they're
someone
lazy.
until someone else can make that happen. Some of them may not want to get out. They might be like, everybody will get out of here, and I got this whole barrel to myself.
No, that's crazy. That's ignorant. I'm sorry. There's no way in the world I'm gonna sit at the bottom of this barrel and just kind of no.
Some people, I'm just saying.
Around.
I bet you it's some people that think like that. Like everybody can go. I'm gonna stay here and have this. I'm gonna turn this to my living room.
You know what it is? Them people is 90 years old.
They have been in the barrel all their life. They ain't trying to get out.
Exactly, and that's it. They too old. They don't want to move. They got sit there and thgot sit in their ways. Yeah.
Yes, they're content with being at the bottom. I
can't do that.
They probably come out and be like, "Why y'all keep trying to get so cozy down here?"
And that's what it is. You got these young crabs that's trying to get out fighting and scratching and clawing to get out to the top of this barrel, and then I guess around when they get 67 years old, they just tired.
Oh, baby, just stay down.
They just tired. I'm tired.
Don't go. Ain't nothing out there. Just stay on down here. You ain't missing nothing.
And eventually, they gonna get pulled out this barrel by this hand of God.
Right. Somebody
gonna come pull. Yeah. And who's gonna knock this barrel? You know what? If these crabs got together and switched around,
everybody be free
and pushed this barrel over.
But the whole process, the whole thing of the crab in the barrel,
like that analogy,
came from people who don't have the courage to do it themselves, but don't want anyone else to do it either. Because those are the people that'll hold you down. Those who are scared that you're going to do better than them. Those who don't want to see you be successful because they don't have it built in them to be successful.
They just might be scared to succeed in the first place.
Right. And some people are. Some people are scared of success. They are. There's people out here who know that they can be it, but they're scared to take their chance because they don't want to fail.
That's true. And you know what? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I used to be like that.
I did too.
I was scared to death.
I did too. But it's understandable, and I know people think that that's crazy, but it would depend on like what would you in that situation. Everybody wants to be known. People want to be famous. Some people don't want to be known. Some people don't want to be famous. They just want to go through life being who they are,
right?
And let that be enough. So I just think that it takes a stronger mind to want to be successful, because when you want it, then you're gonna do what you need to do to get there. Then you're gonna have the people who, why you won't go be successful? Then you're not gonna be my friend no more. You're gonna leave me, so I'm not gonna support you so that you can't get there.
And I got a friend right now who has a beautiful voice. Oh my God, she can sing her butt off. She lives in Atlanta, but at the same time, she hates singing. She hates singing in front of people. You know what I mean? And I know that if she was to really put her heart and mind to it, God, outstandingly successful.
I'd rather do it and fail instead of wondering what if.
What would happen? Yeah.
What if,
I know.
What if I would have did it? What could I have been? I don't want to do that. I'd rather go for it and have it not work than have to deal with the mental draining of what would have happened if I would have done that. Or you'll see something on TV and they're less talented than you. Then you be like, oh, come on, I could have did that.
I could have done that.
But
you know how many times I have said that? You have no, oh my God. I have said that so many times. Every time I watch some kind of America's Got Talent or what's that? The other one was Simon Cowell. America's, what's that thing?
American Idol?
Yes. Yeah. Every time. I banned watching American Idol 7 years ago. Because I tried out and they just snubbed everybody that actually had any kind of form of talent. And this was in Chicago. They had 16 booths, 4 people per booth. And then on top of that, it was like the possibility of having 16 people perform at the same time in front of nobodies. They were saying that these people were producers or whatever the case may be, but you got 16 producers. No, I'm sorry, 32, because it was two producers per booth. And you want me to wow you in 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
For real. Because I got up there. Do you know when it was my turn to audition, I got up there and I said, my mind is telling me no.
They said no.
Thank you. That was it. That was my entire audition. I said, there's no way in the hell.
Wow.
That was it. That was it.
Wow. All right, you guys.
So, yeah.
We've
had fun
today. To all our shenanigans.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys.
We can talk about that show forever.
Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Off the Wall Show on IntellectualRadio.com. I am Lady Magnificent, and to my left is the debonair, multi-talented, when you just heard him sing, JB3. Catch us next time, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Bye.
Holla, y'all.